Good day, and thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com, New Jersey, and the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and this is our daily video forecast discussion for Thursday, September 15th, 2011. A very strong cold front's on the move this morning across the northeastern portions of the United States. Temperatures here in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area are in the lower 70s with some mid and upper 60s across the interior. And temperatures are quickly dropping through the lower 60s and then back into the upper 50s and even lower 50s as you get back into western New York State and western Pennsylvania. The cold front associated with this disturbance now, the leading edge of it has some convection along it with some moderate to heavy rain now, just moving into the Schenectady River Valley and also through swollen rivers, of course, across the Susquehanna Valley area, just east and southeast of Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, near Hazleton, and also some convection with some hail in it just south of Lebanon and York, Pennsylvania. All of these convective areas showing some lightning strikes in there too, and this is well ahead of the cold front, which is associated with this, is now passing through central New York State and western Pennsylvania, and the precipitation behind it, this is antifrontal rain, post-frontal rain behind the cold front itself. The cold front will be moving through the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area during the course of this morning and this afternoon, and we can't get enough sunshine earlier in the day to give us a few of these convective showers and thunderstorms, and then just rain showers as the front moves through. The big change is going to be the air mass and the strong north to northwest winds to follow. A quick look at where we are this morning. Here is this is the visible satellite imagery as the sun is coming up this morning. Notice the amount of clearing still across northern New Jersey, and here comes the clouds associated with some convection now across central Pennsylvania and southeastern Pennsylvania. As we move into the water vapor imagery, it's very clear. We're having moisture infiltrated here into New Jersey at the mid and upper levels, but these clouds, the blues, indicative of very strong uplift here. Some showers and thunderstorms across central and southeastern Pennsylvania. Fortunately, moving some of this training into the areas, moving very quickly now through the Susquehanna River Valley, which is already swollen from Irene and from Lee. And the post-frontal rains now behind this, as indicated by the brighter blues here in the satellite imagery. Quick look at the radar mosaic across the northeast. We can see that line of broken showers and thunderstorms ahead of the cold front now, and all of this is kind of congealing together as the frontal system moves in our direction. Another look at the composite base reflectivity, showing all of the amount of rain here, training from Kentucky, from the Virginias all the way through Pennsylvania into New York State as the front slowly moves in our direction. And one surface low shortwave has moved off into the northeast, and here's the front now. Secondary front is where the convection is starting to fire up here across central and southeastern Pennsylvania, and a few of these convective areas of showers will be moving into the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, especially southern and central Jersey through the Delmarva region late this afternoon and early this evening. Relative humidities, obviously, they're on the high side, and the visibility is being reduced. Upper level jet stream axis moving through. Our current temperatures, as I said, upper 60s to low 70s, falling off quickly now into the low and mid 50s across central New York and central Pennsylvania. This is where the wind flow is now out of the west northwest. And Storm Prediction Center for today showing that slight risk of thunderstorms across our area. There's really no threats of tornado, but there will be a 5% chance of very strong winds as these showers and thunderstorms move through, and then as the cold front moves through, the winds and pressure gradient will tighten up. And also a slight indication of some hail, some small hail possible in southeastern Pennsylvania, the Delmarva, and even into the New York City metropolitan area and northeastern New Jersey as the showers and thunderstorms help to destabilize the atmosphere ahead of the cold front this afternoon. And taking a look at some national graphics first this morning from IntelliWeather. Here's the cold front coming through on the charts here. Notice the temperatures here. Montreal 55 this morning, Toronto 48, Chicago back to 43, Sioux Falls and Winnipeg in Canada in the 30s this morning, and there's some very cold air. Here comes the strong northwesterly winds as the upper trough moves through southeastern Canada. Notice these very chilly temperatures in the upper Midwest, and that's all the chilly air. This is our first cool to cold outbreak across the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, as well as most of the Northeast. It's going to be a fine weekend, but we've got some other things in the details to talk about. Okay, let's get to the forecast charts for this afternoon. The cold front comes through the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, all of northern New England, back down through the southern Delaware regions into the Virginias. And some post-frontal rains are still occurring as that cool and unstable air meets the warm and generally mild air ahead of it over the mid-Atlantic states during this afternoon. As the cold front sinks further south, so will the rain. Here comes very strong high pressure across the upper Great Lakes at 1030 millibar high, and that's going to be forecast to move in our direction. Very strong north to northwest winds, especially late this afternoon, overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. There's some small craft advisories up along the coast from the waters around Montauk Point to the Delaware area, and even points further south as that cold air meets that warm ocean air. Water temperatures, and that's going to induce a tight pressure gradient. Also, as a matter of fact, Maria is actually going to be recurving out here northeast in the Atlantic away from the coastal waters. That storm there and the high pressure ridge building in across the upper Great Lakes and the Northeast. A tight pressure gradient, so the winds are going to get stronger during the overnight hours, and that could bring down some small trees and limbs across the area. There could even be some minor power outages across central and southern New Jersey just due to the wet ground and the antecedent rains that we've had with Irene and Lee and all of the other precipitation that we've had over the course of the last month or so. Going into the forecast for Friday, nothing but blue skies, clear skies, high pressure and control across all of the Northeast and the upper Midwest as well, and the high will gradually build over the forecast area. There is an area of disturbed weather that's going to try to get into the Kentucky, Tennessee Valley area. There could be some high-level cloudiness, even some light precipitation, but that's going to be too far south away from our forecast area to give us any big problems here. And as we get through the next 6 to 10 days, this is the temperature probability outlook. See generally near normal to above normal temperatures, and this is for the period from September 20th through the 24th. And also above average precipitation. That's going to be occurring first with the front that is moving through the area now, and a couple of other cold fronts moving through the northern mid-Atlantic and the upper Midwest during the period of late next week, and we'll get into that during tonight's broadcast. And then for the 8 to 14 day outlooks now from the Prediction Center now for September 22nd through the 28th. Below average temperatures, big upper level trough here developing across the upper Midwest into the Northeast. Above average heights as a result of that. Downstream trough here, upstream ridge across the upper Midwest, and above normal temperatures across most of the Continental Divide and West. And then as we get into precipitation, because we have that upper level trough, we'll have disturbances and cold fronts moving through, so above average chances of precipitation here for the end of September. So I'm going to conclude today's forecast with that threat of showers and thunderstorms well out ahead of the cold front, and then some additional rains behind the cold front until it moves through the forecast area during this afternoon and this evening. Monitor the very strong and gusty north to northwest winds developing. Could bring down some small tree limbs and also some minor damage to power lines because of the antecedent ground being so wet. So do be careful out there. Also, just be careful because the temperatures are going to drop very quickly from where they are today. They're probably getting into the lower 70s away from the coast with some sunshine early, and then as the atmosphere destabilizes with showers and thunderstorms moving through, the temperatures are going to drop and the winds are going to be able to pick up from the north and northwest. And it's going to make tonight feel totally different than any other night that you've seen over the last 30 to 40 days. Tomorrow through the weekend, generally fair weather. There could be some high cirrus clouds, especially towards the south of the area, the southern Delmarva region, even parts of southern New Jersey, but generally fair sunny skies, very chilly air, temperatures probably in the upper 30s to low 40s on Friday morning, and again Saturday morning across the interior and the Pine Barrens of northern New Jersey with decoupled winds, and then temperatures generally in the low to mid 60s, rising with fair weather to the low 70s by the end of the weekend and into early next week. So that's going to do it for today. You enjoy this beautiful day before the thunderstorms come through and the big change in the air mass. Welcome to fall. Good weekend, but be careful out there. Enjoy, bundle up. It's going to be a little chilly. Thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com, New Jersey, and the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and I'll join you again bright and early tomorrow morning on Friday.